Peace, everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Burn It Down with Kim Brown. This is the safe space. This is a space of safety where we can set oppression ablaze. I'm so glad that you all have made the time to join me here on tonight. Thank you all so much. We've got a good show in store for you all on here. One thing I wanted to say, the reason we did not have a show Friday, and let me thank everybody that hung around in addition to inquiring and showing concern. Thank you all so much. We just had kind of a freak occurrence of the no internet connectivity for reasons like I was having some internet problems on my end, and Will was having some internet problems on his end. It was a confounding conundrum. So I was a little bit confused about that. So, but that is why we are on here on today. So thank you all so much for making the time to hang out. Do me a favor, hit the good like and the thumbs up on the video, please, and thank you if you guys don't mind. And I wanted to say what's up to everybody, and I wanted to complain just for a couple moments, if I could, still about my hair. If you were watching the Remix Morning Show this morning, you heard me give complaints about my hair. Now, if y'all been watching me, you can tell that there is a big difference in the length of my hair. And yesterday, when I went to go get my quarterly maintenance of a blowout and a trim, the operative word here being trim, when I went to go get a trim, the stylist, for reasons that I'm still not clear on, ended up cutting off 6 inches of my hair and failed to tell me. Did not make me aware of this information while the scissors were being applied liberally to my locks. Now, even curly, if y'all remember, even look last week, a video, last week, 2 weeks ago, a month ago, curly, my shit was dusting my shoulders. This shit don't even, it's barely touching the nape of my neck. I'm not happy about this because I thought I had outgrown the years of wayward stylists sort of going rogue on my do. And I don't think this is an issue particular to Black women. I'm sure women of all stripes encounter disobedient hairstylists. Somebody just fucking freestyling on your shit. It's like, hold on. I didn't ask for this. This is not what I came in here and requested. Certainly not what I was expecting. And I was desperately hoping that, we wasn't still dealing with this. But yet, here we are. Here we are in Big 23, still dealing with people who are scissor happy. Okay. And this is not like a color that has gone askew. You can do a color correction. You can't put my shit back. My shit's on the ground. My shit got swept up. You can't run me back my shit, you know? So I have actually come to a decision. I am actually going to be actually doing my own blowouts and my own trims quarterly. If I'm gonna spend the money to go to a hairdresser who's not going to listen to my requests, I might as well spend that money and get some good quality styling tools, all the quality products, get me a nice pair of shears, and I think I can swing blowing out my own hair and trimming my own hair. Y'all probably don't believe me. That's okay. It ain't the first time. It won't be the last time that somebody has cast doubts and aspersion upon the goddess. But that's all right. We ain't tripping. What's up, everybody? Who we got in here? What's up, Wendy? What's going on, Donnie? Peace, James. How you feel? Good to see the folks up in the spot. What's up, Latif? Thank you so much for making the time. There goes my son, Tyler. Thank you all so much. Damien, thank you so much. And thank you, Damien, for your PayPal support. We appreciate that. Thank you, Damien, for all that you do. A quick reminder, this weekend, I don't know the date of this weekend, but every second Saturday of the month, we do our disability support chat. So this Saturday would indeed make the second Saturday of the month. It would be Saturday, December the 8th. 5 p.m. Eastern. If you're interested in participating in the disability support chat, we call it Around the Fire. Reach out to the good sister Anna Hart or Learn Life Abby or Mama Lorraine. think you can find them on the Burn It Down with Kim Brown Discord. And Anna is exceptional about posting the information here in the chat. Also, so just a heads up there. Okay, good. Look at all my folks coming in, checking in. Don't forget to hit the like and the thumbs up on the video. So I wanted to bring you guys a story. This is something. What's up, Emmanuel? DJ Vesper X sent me this story, and as I'm getting caught up on it, I'm realizing, peace. Who was that? Oh, that's Mama Lorraine. Hey, Mama Lorraine. Getting caught up on the story, I'm realizing that actually this story took place earlier this year in Atlanta. However, it does not appear that there has been a sufficient resolution to the police killing of a young man named Osiris Bennett. Now, what happened to Osiris? Incident occurred January, February of 2023, and it's another reason why we need to stop Cop City, because these are how these police are engaging with the public. People who are not accused or even suspected of committing any violent crimes are finding themselves dead. And let me apologize. That's actually the incorrect framing. They're not finding themselves dead. The police are fucking killing them. Deacon Johnny Holloman murdered by Atlanta police. Tortuguita murdered, assassinated by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation and the associated law enforcement agencies that conducted the raid on the Atlanta forest. So I want us to get caught up, if we could, about what happened to Osiris Bennett, because it appears as though his family is very much still trying to bring attention to what happened to this young man. So, Will, if we could please, let's go to the package first. And some of the details about what happened to Osiris are disturbing, as you guys can imagine, as police murders tend to be always. But the police obviously taking the first page out of their playbook is to lie about the circumstances and how Osiris uh, ended up shot by them, ended up killed by them. And these are MARTA police. These are the Atlanta Transit cops, okay? All cops are cops, okay? And all cops are bastards. Never forget that. Transit, local, federal, state, don't matter. So anyway, let's take a look at the packages and get caught up on the details about what happened to Osiris Bennett.
Station. The man's family did this. They held a vigil tonight at the North Avenue MARTA station. Channel 2's Candace McCowan is live there for us now. And Candace, MARTA police say it started over a joint that he pulled out, and then he pulled out a gun. But his family says there has to be more to this story.
Yeah, and George, we are here at this MARTA. On a cigarette. Investigators say Bennett ran, they tussled, and police say Bennett pulled a gun before officers shot and killed him. One witness told Channel 2's Audrey Washington what he saw.
They rushed him. They didn't identify themselves or nothing. They was tussling with the guy. You know, he was like, why y'all doing this? What's going on? They didn't identify themselves as police.
Bennett's little sister said the family is trying to wrap their heads around how this could happen.
Every check he get, he send me money to send it to my mom. We have zero information.
And sending the message that they will not let Osiris Bennett be forgotten.
We are watching, and we want justice.
Channel 2's Candace McCowan back with us live now from the North Avenue station. So we know police are still investigating. The GBI is also involved too. But tonight, friends and family, they say they need help as those investigations move forward. What do they need?
And George, as they're waiting for answers, they're looking for their own answers. They are asking anyone out there that might have information, anyone who is a witness or might even have video from their phone to come forward. George.
And we see when witnesses come forward, when there is more video.
Hey TikTok, I am making a video to bring awareness to a situation that happened the other day. My boyfriend, Osiris Bennett, was killed by two undercover MARTA police officers at a MARTA bus and train station off of North Avenue and Piedmont Street in Atlanta, Georgia. We have not got any information on what's really going on. We have no officers' names. We haven't heard anything back from anybody. The only thing that we're going off of is police reports and news reports, and we just want to bring awareness, me and his family, to the situation because we're not taking it lightly. So he was at a MARTA station getting ready to leave to go home when he was smoking a joint, a blunt, and two undercover police officers approached him and tried to confront him about it. Supposedly, this is off of the reports. He tried to flee and they chased him, tried to detain him, had him on the ground, and tried to tase him multiple times and was unsuccessful. Supposedly, during the altercation of them trying to tase him and bring him to the ground, he pulled out a gun and pointed at one of the officers, and the other officer shot him and killed him. We are reaching out to TikTok because everyone is giving us the runaround. The GBI is giving us the runaround. The MARTA police station is giving us the runaround. And we know that there were witnesses around when the altercation happened. We ask that if anybody was there at that situation and they seen what happened or happen to have any type of footage of what possibly happened, we ask that y'all could please reach out to us, reach out on my Instagram, please, to me, and send in whatever y'all have, because the story's not adding up. We don't even have the officers' names, no video footage, no body cam footage or anything, no surveillance or anything. So we're just trying to get justice served for what happened to my baby.
I mean, definitely a devastating account there. And guys, when I was reviewing the details of this story, I realized that I was not familiar with Osiris's name. And unfortunately, that is the case for so many folks that end up dead at the hands of the police. Most times, people's names and stories don't become viral hashtags, right? Either the police, and with the complicity of the local media, usually do a very good job of sullying the victims or casting aspersions about what the victims may or may not have been doing. And if the media suspects for a second that, oh, the person murdered by police was, the police called him a suspect, the police said that they were committing some sort of criminal acts. Well, ultimately, they must have deserved it because the police just wouldn't be out here killing innocent people. The fuck they wouldn't. That's exactly what they do. That's exactly what they do. And given that Osiris was murdered by the MARTA cops, Tortuguita assassinated by GBI, Deacon Holloman killed by APD, and I'm sure others that I'm not even I have been memory hold away for just being aware that these traumatizing things have happened to individuals and their families and people who love them. Y'all, all the more reason to stand more firm against the construction of Cop City, not just the Cop City in Atlanta, but Cop Cities all across the country, because the police are going there to train to do exactly this. Osiris Bennett was accused of handling a blunt. He had a blunt, approached by plainclothes officers who witnesses say failed to identify themselves. That's not standard protocol. If you're trying to put hands on somebody and accost them in an attempt to, detain them or arrest them, and if you're the police, you need to say something. Like, you can't just be out here grabbing people up not in uniform, not doing or bearing anything that denotes you as law enforcement. But this is what these cops do because they are rogue thugs. I can't even call them rogue thugs because this is exactly how they are trained. And more training is not the answer, okay? We don't need more American cops trained by Israeli forces. We see what the fuck the IDF is doing right now in Palestine, right? Imagine, imagine a population, you know what I'm saying, that is disobedient, I suppose. And this is what the American police are salivating at the opportunity to do, to deploy this urban warfare training against two residents of this country. Okay, they not rolling over to Iraq to do this shit. The American police want to do this shit in a city near you. And we can't allow it to run. So just wanted to lift up the name of Osiris Bennett. Every search that I was trying to get accomplished here did not bear anything newer than March, which is troubling because, again, you guys see when these cases of people killed by police brutality, when they don't go viral, when people don't know the name, as a easily recognizable hashtag, sometimes there is little, if not zero, movement on the progress of the case. Uh, Media reports that I've looked at do not indicate that the cop was named. It certainly does not appear as though anybody was ever criminally charged. The cops, I should say, to MARTA police, don't believe they were ever named. And this case is coming up on almost a year old. A year old. So if you happen to see Osiris Bennett trending, please amplify that hashtag. Please do what you can to, still try to get some sort of accountability for Osiris's family. 23 years old and dead at the hands of MARTA police in Atlanta, Georgia. Let me take a quick break. Thank you, Ethel, so much for your Venmo support. We certainly appreciate any level of support that people can offer. So, Ethel, thank you so much for your generosity. If you want to support the channel, we would gladly take it. You can hit us up on any of our cash platforms, BIDWKB. That's us on Cash App, Venmo, paypal.me/BIDWKB, or consider becoming a patron on patreon.com. What else was I gonna mention to you guys? I can't remember. Did I mention to y'all I'm pissed off about my hair? Yeah, I'm still mad. I'm still upset. I am still upset. Hey, and if we have any people gifted at black natural hair care, you know what I'm saying? Announce yourself, because I'm always here for tips. I'm always here for tips. My hair is a lot of things, but god damn it, it's fucking healthy. Okay. And any accusations, any slanderous accusations of my hair being anything but, we will not let it stand. DJ Vesper X, thank you so much for your patronage, baby. I appreciate that so much, Vesper. You are such a sweet, inspirational young person. I appreciate you. Who is this? Steve Smith. Your patronage also appreciated. Thank you so much, Steve. Thank you. And I thought we had another a nail knucker. Oh, a nail nutter. Let me shut up. This is Rob. Thank you, Rob. Whoa. Thank you, Rob, for your patronage. Patreon.com/BIDWKB. You guys are very special for doing that. And Afro, who is this? Hold on. You know I can't half-ass read. Hold on. Shit. Ayasessian. You know what? Maybe you don't want me to read out your whole shit. Afro Ayasessian. Damn, I hope I said that right. My tongue is colonized out here, so please forgive me. I'm trying. I'm trying my best. But I appreciate any support that you guys can run us. Me, Will, and Molly. I won't say we try hard, but we do what we can. We do what we can to bring you a quality program to the best of our ability. And most important, guys, I try to be accurate here. I ain't just out here talking. I know it sounds like I'm out here talking, but I do my best not to spread misinformation, and I try to correct myself if I say some incorrect things. And they go Franny Francais with the oop, ooh, ooh. Thank you, Franny. We love you. Thank for all that you do, baby. Franny French. Franny French, we got to get you on the negotiating team between Daryl Hall and John Oates. We need we need some reasonable minded whites to get involved in this conflict. I need all white folks. Drop everything you're doing. You need to repair the damage, the rift that is happening between Hall and Oates. This requires your immediate attention. Franny, I'm sorry. I know you got a lot on your plate. Franny, I know you're doing a lot out here for anti-racism, but put that down for a second. We have to repair and mend the rift, because we cannot have Daryl Hall and John Oates out here beefing in 2023, as old as these niggas are, y'all too old for this shit. Y'all need to be on the road getting this money. Zenzi Bell, tell them. Thank you, Zenzi Bell. Wishing 7 days of wedges on wedgies on that hairdresser. The girl, Zenzi Bell. Let me tell y'all, I texted her and she called me because I guess I texted her a long thing. I didn't realize. I guess I blacked out texting. I just sent her a very long thing. She called me and I was talking. I was like, "Hey," I said, "I didn't. Not only did you not do what I asked, but you gave me something that I didn't want, and I did not ask." And I asked her for a refund. She refused. She didn't want to give me a refund. She said, "You can come in for some service." I don't want to come in for services. I want you to run me my money back or run me my hair back. Either or, whichever one can be accomplished more quickly, do that. But we know what can be ran back. The money. You can't run me my hair back. 6 inches of hair, that's a year's worth of growth. A year. Okay? Cynthia. I'm mad. I'm still mad. I'm gonna be mad about this. I'm gonna be mad about this for a few weeks. So occasionally you may hear this topic come back up because I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, hold on. I just closed out the chat out of disgust, not because y'all said anything, because I was disgusted with the situation. So hold on, let me get back in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. And guys, one of the signs potentially of late stage capitalism is the desperation in which people are going to go to, the lengths that people are going to go to in order to generate income, right? And this is income, as Mos Def said in one of my favorite songs. You know what I'm saying? There's hunger in the streets that's hard to defeat. Many still for sport, but more still to eat. Okay. And when I hear the rise in organized retail theft rings and Bama's, clearing out CVS shelves, that doesn't tell me that people are just out here thieving because they're bad people or they're malicious or they don't have any home training or no scruples or they lazy. That tells me people are desperate out here. That's exactly what the fuck it tells me. I don't give a fuck if they clearing out Macy's, Saks Fifth Avenue, CVS, Dollar Store. Like, at the end of the day, all that shit is shit that either people need or can be easily flipped, liquidated into currency that they can apply to their basic everyday material needs, right? When I hear about thefts and shit, I don't hear greed. But when we're talking about the thefts of, members of the family, okay, like I know in certain countries, maybe not so much here in the US yet, but the people's family members getting kidnapped is not an unusual thing. But here in the US, we're moving closer and closer towards that, in my opinion, at the very stark rise in people having their dogs stolen from them. Okay. Now, this is a bit of a different phenomenon from what we of a certain age may recall in the 80s or 90s. Let's say somebody left their pit bull puppy or their Doberman or their German Shepherd puppy, left them in the yard or whatever, too long, and then somebody come in the yard and steal your puppy, right? Steal your beautiful uh, guard dog or bully breed dog. This is not what we're seeing today. We're seeing people having their dogs forcibly taken from them, usually at gunpoint. In some cases, not only just under the threat of violence, actual violence to obtain the dog. And from what I understand, this is not just particular to the DC area, but here in the DC area, it has become what I would call an absolute low level epidemic. And I think it's a very telling epidemic for a number of reasons. But I wanted to show you guys kind of what I'm talking about here. So, pardon me, we put together some stories that have happened 2023. Again, this didn't just begin in 2023, but it is sure as fuck continued in 2023. So I want you guys to take a listen to these stories. Some of these stories do have a positive resolution and some of them are still unresolved. But some of the folks I want to show you here include women, and it's everybody getting thief for their fucking dog. But were you willing to run up on a woman and punch her in the face to take her dog from her? I don't know what the fuck that is. But anyway, I want y'all to take a look at these compilation of local packages here from the DC area. NBC Washington, WUSA 9, Fox 5 DC are those outlets that deserve credit here. Will, if you could take us on this wild, bizarre, troubling, and disturbing journey of people getting robbed at gunpoint and beaten for their dogs.
You finished, Pops?
This is Max, a fun and loving West Highland Terrier who's a few days shy of turning 14 years old. Max has always been by Zelina Ahmed's side.
I just want my little sidekick back because we did everything together.
Saturday night, Zelina was walking Max near her apartment complex just across the street from the Fort Totten metro station.
We walked the same path pretty much every night for the past 3 years.
She says she was approached by a man who she at first thought was asking for help. That all changed when he tried to grab Max's leash.
I bent down to grab Max, and as I'm bending down to pick him up, I think that's the first time he hit me with the gun. And at that point, we just start, fighting.
After a brief struggle, the robber took off with Max after being picked up by a getaway car. Zelina had a large gash on her forehead and other bruises throughout her body. The physical pain was one thing, but losing Max was even more agonizing.
He may just be a dog, but he's a part of my family, the only piece of family that I actually have out here in D.C.
In 2018, Zelina was in a serious car crash. Her mom was killed, and Max was ejected from the vehicle and briefly lost. Eventually, someone found him and returned him. After going through so much together, Zelina can't imagine life without him.
I've just leaned on him maybe more than a normal person would, but he just provides that comfort whenever I'm missing my mom. It hasn't really set in that I might never get him back, but I'm hopeful, with everyone looking into this, it'll actually happen.
Police are asking your help finding another stolen dog in the area and the man they believe took him. You're looking at that picture right now. They're looking for a brown pit bull terrier that you see right there. He's a terrier mix. His name is Rocky Apollo. Police say the dog's owner asked this man in the picture to watch the dog, but when the owner later asked for the dog back, that man refused unless he paid. Police say this happened back on October 22nd in Southeast Washington, but they have just released these photos now. If you know who this man is or you've seen this little dog, please call police.
Well, Jim, we are off of Livingston Road here in Fort Washington. This is near where the couple says the sitter pulled over on the side of the road with their dog Duke in the back seat. This couple had been texting this sitter all night as they were coming home from their trip until the sitter stopped responding.
Knew something was wrong because she's always so responsive. It was really unlike the sitter to not hear from her for a couple hours. So we're just beside ourselves, waiting
trying to
hear.
distract ourselves,
Yeah.
think positive thoughts.
Now, unfortunately, the couple got a call they did not want to get around 1 a.m. Saturday. It was from the sitter telling them Duke, their beloved 3-year-old dog, had been stolen. Take a good look at the photos provided by the couple. Duke is about 80 pounds. He has black fur, pointy ears. The couple says the sitter told them she was stopping for food on the way to meet them to drop off their dog. The restaurant that she was going to was apparently closed, so she pulled over near Livingston Road to check her GPS. That is when she said two people came up to her car with guns and started banging on it.
She has a German Shepherd, her own German Shepherd, her own pet in the front seat. And that dog gets very defensive, very aggressive towards the guys trying to get in the car. So they're not able to get in the front seat to access the car. They get the back doors open where Duke was sitting, and they grab him, and that's the last that anyone has seen of him.
One positive update in that compilation of stories, the very first story you saw about Max, the West Highland Terrier, that dog was actually found. They found the dog roaming the streets, I believe, at Kenilworth Aquatic Gardens in DC, and someone recognized the dog and called, and that lady was reunited with her 14-year-old dog. Oh my God, I would have been beside myself. You would have had to bust me upside my head too to try to take Bagheera. Like there would have been evidence of a scuffle, no question. The puppy, the pit bull puppy, to my knowledge, I haven't seen an update about that. I don't know if that person was ever returned their puppy. And the last story, to my awareness, Duke has not yet been found. And guys, I could have pulled 10 stories like this quite easily just from 2023, just in this region, in DC proper and in PG County, of people literally getting robbed for their dogs. And these are dogs of all breeds. It is bizarre. I saw a couple who was, I think, what I see Afra in the chat. Afra, what's the name of that grocery store right there at 7th and Florida Avenue? Is that a Safeway right there? They was walking through the Shaw neighborhood with their Australian cattle dog, and someone stuck them up at gunpoint for their Australian cattle dog. You understand? Like, it's dogs of all breeds. But there is a particular breed that seems to have the interest of robbers more so than others. And and I don't understand it. Peace to Valley Girls. Thank you so much, baby. I'm glad to see you in here. It's the French Bulldog, everybody. Are we all familiar with Frenchies, French Bulldogs? Let's say maybe about 10 or 15 years ago, I thought I wanted a French Bulldog until I had the opportunity to spend the night with this breed of canine. And I said, this dog snores loud and farts a lot. No. This cannot be my experience on a nightly basis for 15 years. No, I don't think this is the dog for me. But out of nowhere, in recent years, the popularity of the French Bulldog has absolutely exploded, and the value of these dogs has gone out of the stratosphere, right? And some of the more violent dog robberies in this region have been of French Bulldogs, and I want to bring you guys those stories as well. So I wanted to separate them out. Because it's kind of revelatory of a couple of things. Number one, the lengths in which people are willing to go to. And listen, when it comes to a dog, I know legally dog is property, right? Your dog under the law is a piece of property. It's not recognized as a living being, right? So if someone steals your dog from you, they have stolen. My dear sweet brother, so I have stolen from my dear sweet brother Noomsy. Like, your property just got stolen, like your iPhone, right? But for people who own dogs, no. I can replace an iPhone. I cannot replace Bagheera. Bagheera is irreplaceable. You cannot replace my animal, right? So anyway, I'm gonna come back to you guys with my contradictory feelings about the thieving of the dogs. But let's take a look at some of these really incredible cases of people getting robbed, sometimes violently, sometimes by numerous assailants for their French Bulldogs. Take a look.
5 tonight, a DC dog owner is pleading for help. A group of people stole his 3 French Bulldogs at gunpoint yesterday in Southeast. Investigators say the thieves took the dogs from the man while he was walking along East Capitol Street. It rattled the owner and his community. News 4's Dominique Moody spoke with the dog's owner, and who's offering his own money to get his dogs back.
Chewy, Coco, and Buttercup are the names of 3 French Bulldogs stolen Tuesday in Southeast D.C. Their owner, still distraught and shaken up, didn't want to reveal his identity. He did share what happened yesterday when 3 men approached him on his daily walk with his 3 pooches.
He had just like a big rifle type gun, like not a shotgun, but something like automatic. And then I look to his left and right, and there's 2 more individuals with face masks, holding smaller like handguns. Kind of caught me off guard. I didn't really know what they wanted. I thought, maybe they wanted my cell phone or my wallet.
The thieves had their sights on these pups. Their owner says he's had all 3 since they were puppies. He says French Bulldogs can be expensive.
$30,000, $40,000. Like the fluffy French Bulldog right now, if you look on Google, you'll see them for like crazy prices.
The owner says as he tried to walk away during the robbery, he tripped, leading to one of the suspects grabbing his dog and running away. before the other suspect snagged the 2 Frenchies. Unfortunately, he says another dog of his was stolen back in April.
You don't really think it's going to happen to you, and for me, it's like, I love Frenchies. Like, the Frenchie I just got, I've been waiting for that Frenchie for 3 years. I really wanted that dog more than I pretty much wanted anything on this earth.
It's not the first dog napping this year in D.C. either, with similar cases happening in Fort Totten and Northwest, where a dog owner chased a bus down to rescue her dog. As for the Southeast dog owner, he says not only is he hoping to reunite with his canine companions, but he's now considering leaving D.C.
This kind of was just like the final straw to the final straw. So it's just like, we're going to move, or at least ends next 12, 14, 16 years of their life. I was going to rock out with them. And I love my dogs, and I just really want them to be in a safe, good area. I spend a lot of time with my dogs.
In the district, Dominique Moody, News 4.
We certainly hope he gets those dogs back. If you have any information or if you've seen the dogs, call D.C. Police.
So there was another incident in addition to that one. And again, to my knowledge, there has not been a happy update about that gentleman who had his dogs taken from him at gunpoint. Do I have that other clip, Will, of the young lady who got her dog, her Frenchie, taken from her? Hold on, let me check the doc. Because this other story really made a lot of news. Hold on here. Wasn't there? So Will, there was 2 other clips. I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm sorry I didn't put at the end for you to edit them all together. My bad. I put little asterisks next to them. Do you see the 2 other clips? Do you want to just play them, or do you have them to play?
Yeah, I can play them.
Okay, because these are all part of the Frenchies. So yeah, if you could play those,
The rest of those.
yeah, and you could just run them back to back, you guys. This and not for nothing, a lot of these people who have gotten their dog stolen. Well, it's been a mix. It's not just been black folks, but it's been everybody. Everybody been getting their dogs thieved. But when it comes to these Frenchies, it seems that some of these dog owners are young and black. And this one woman had a terrible experience over the summer. There was an incident of flash flooding on Rhode Island Avenue on the northeast side of DC, and there was a dog kennel there called District Dogs. Tragically, the kennel flooded and 10 dogs ended up drowning. They lost their lives. So sad. And women we're about to see, one of those dogs that perished in this flood was her dog. So she got a new dog. And y'all not gonna believe what happened to the new dog. Let's take a look.
A DC pet owner is desperately looking for her puppy after she says it was stolen from her by a man with a taser. Thanks for staying up late with us tonight. I'm Delia Gonsalves. This was all captured on surveillance video. It comes just 3 months after this woman lost her other dog in the deadly District Dogs flash flood in Northeast. Tonight, Rafael Sanchez Cruz spoke to the owner who believes this was a calculated attack.
Give me your dog or I'll shoot you. That's what the man allegedly told Tiffany Worthy before stealing her puppy Hendrix, who she says has been her support as she's dealing with the loss of her dog Memphis.
It was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking looking in his eyes. He just didn't want to go out, and he was very shook.
The heartbreaking moments played out on her home security camera. Tiffany Worthy says she was getting back from walking her 6-month-old puppy at around 4 Saturday afternoon when these 2 black cars with paper tags pulled up in front of her home on Monroe Street Northeast.
When he got out the car and started running, I panicked and couldn't put my pin code in time to get me and Hendrix in safely.
Worthy says the man threatened her life and had what looked like a taser in hand.
It wasn't just one person that took him. Seemed like it was planned and I was targeted.
She says she had seen the cars moments earlier at this gas station at the intersection of 18th and Monroe Streets. After getting a warning from friends about dog thefts, Worthy says she played out the possible scenarios in her head several times, but nothing could prepare her for the real thing.
I want to fight back, but the safest thing would be to just hand him over and hopefully, he could return safely.
It's not the first time Worthy has been heartbroken over her pet. Hendrix was given to her just 3 months ago after she lost her first French Bulldog to the deadly flash flood at District Dogs.
Memphis, he cannot swim.
We caught up with her outside of the doggy daycare back in August. Memphis was among the 10 pets that drowned inside. It's a loss Worthy says she has not recovered from, and now her support has been stolen.
At times I'm, numb, don't know how to feel. But, I'm fighting and, just want to get them back. So
DC Police is offering a $10,000 reward to make an arrest and conviction in this case.
Worthy has created a GoFundMe account to hire a private investigator in this case and also offer a reward. We're, of course, all hoping for Hendrix to be home safe and sound. In Northeast DC, Rafael Sanchez.
So let me give you the update real quick, Will, before you hit the next clip. So that story does have a good resolution. So it turns out that Tiffany Worthy, the woman there who had her dog stolen from her forcibly, strong-armed out of her arms, she received a message on social media by someone claiming to have her dog. And the person demanded a $900 Cash App ransom, which from from reports indicate that Tiffany paid the ransom, but then she alerted police, and police were able to, I don't fucking know what they did. I don't know. They reversed the engine, did reverse look up the IP address. I don't know what the fuck they did, but they found the dog, and the dog was returned to her. So that little French Bulldog puppy Hendrix was returned back to her owner. But in a subsequent news report, Tiffany, like the previous gentleman who had his 3 Frenchies taken from him at gunpoint, she echoed the sentiments that he said, that she is probably going to move out of DC because she can't take this shit. I mean, you can't even look. It's one thing if you want to stick up somebody for their possessions. You want to take their purse. You want to take their wallet. You want to take their smartphone. You want to take what, but you cannot take people's dogs. Okay, you like this is a bad trend. Okay, this is a horrific, very scary, and very bad trend. But that particular story did have a positive resolution, so we're glad that Hendrix was returned. And the last French Bulldog thieving story, I know you guys can't get enough of all this wonderful news that I'm bringing you. This one might be among the most brazen because it actually involves a French Bulldog breeder who apparently has another, full-time job. This person had their home broken into over the dogs, and the person only took the dog. They only took the dog. They broke into this person's house and only took the dog. This happened in Northern Virginia, I believe in Fairfax County. Let's take a look at this package.
Police say the suspect was caught on camera before and after the crime. Police say he attempted to take Maya's 3 French Bulldogs. He was only able to get away with Queen. In the surveillance video, you can see the thief make off with Queen on his shoulders.
You broke into my house. And you took something that means very much, like a lot to me. Like that's like my child. So it's just like, you took her from me. I'm worried if she's getting any type of sleep, if they're abusing her, they're doing anything to her. Like it's hard to not think the worst because she's not in my care.
It's the latest in a string of local French Bulldog thefts.
Yes, and that is that one is an interesting one because that woman is a breeder of dogs, and on a different news outlet when she was being interviewed, she mentioned that dog that was stolen, 11-month-old Queen, had just been sold for over $3,000, and this kind of what brings me to my conflicting feelings about this particular property crime, but it's not property because it's your dog. In particular, because there is a certain malice and a certain callousness in taking a dog, which is a pet, but more importantly, a family member, right? There is a disregard for humanity when you steal someone's companion canine. And you got to be a dog person to understand. Like, ain't nobody ain't nobody kicking in your door to come take your cat, okay? I was like, I'm sure your cat is lovely. I'm sure the cat has very special sentimental meaning. Nobody is coming in the door to kick in the fucking come rob the cat. You know what I'm saying? So the dog thing, there's a particular bond there between humans and dogs that is just a wrenching violation when someone intentionally tries to break that bond or does something to remove the dog from your care. Like, it is heartbreaking. But on one hand, the value of these French bulldogs in particular is grossly overinflated. And I don't understand what it is. Apparently, the dogs are a new status symbol. I don't know what the old status symbol was. Maybe it was those ugly Chinese crested dogs, whatever the fuck Paris Hilton used to carry around with her, right? Like the little foo-foo shishi dogs, all the different breeds of these foo-foo shishi dogs have had their moment in the sun. And right now it's for the French bulldogs. So I'm conflicted because in my opinion, the value of these dogs is way overinflated. I mean, these are not guard dogs. Okay. This dog is not earning its fucking keep. This dog ain't doing nothing but existing to justify its $3,000 on the low end retail price tag, right? So why are people killing themselves to obtain these dogs? And more importantly, why are others willing to put the owners of these dogs in imminent danger under the threat of immediate bodily harm in order to obtain them? It's honestly a question that I do not have the answer to, right? I don't understand how people seemingly I wouldn't say of extraordinary means are going to these lengths to try to purchase these animals. And even more so, people likely of even less means are going through more lengths to try to rob and resell these animals online, right? Because that's basically what the whole reason the dogs are being taken for in the first place, because they have a tremendous resale value online, numbering in the thousands of dollars. You can make a little quick come up off of that. And I know most people are going to prioritize their own material needs over the needs of a dog, or even over the needs of a dog owner who can afford or has made the choice to exercise their purchasing power to get such an expensive animal. And therein lies my conflict. I would rather y'all go in and rob the shit out of Nordstrom's, Macy's, CVS, Walgreens. Rob the fuck out of them. Don't rob the dog owner of their animal. Don't do that. Because you're not just taking the thing. I know it's just a dog, but no, it's not just a dog. Like, the people will suffer depression and anxiety. You will inflict mental health illness, mental health crises on people sometimes. That poor young lady who was in tears, she was traumatized. It's one thing to get robbed forcefully, period, but another one to have your youngin', your baby stolen from you. You might as well take my kid. And listen, most of these people in this story, in these collection of stories that I played, you can tell they are not parents, right? They're not parents of children. These are pet parents. So, and the thing about being a pet parent is it might as well, like, the dog is the closest thing I'm going to come to a human child, a human baby. And the thing is, the dog is going to be 13, 14, 15 years old, and I'm still going to be calling it a baby. Okay? You are causing and inflicting tremendous emotional damage on folks, and I need that kind of indifference to stop. You can have all the indifference you want towards corporations because their inventory is protected by insurance. Things that get stolen or broken from them will ultimately be replaced. They can order them again. That is not the case when it comes to someone's pet, and more specifically, someone's dog. And I don't like that, that the level of, I suppose, desperation has risen to the point. And I know y'all are like, well, can people rob and kill people out here? Why are you surprised that no one's, the people are showing this gross indifference to dogs? I'm not. Maybe I am surprised. I was going to say I'm not surprised. No, well, I am surprised. I'm not accustomed to seeing this. I'm accustomed to people getting stuck up for their shit, not stuck up for their pets. And I would like for that to stop. I would like for that to come to a cease. And if it's not going to come to a cease, gang, what are we going to do to protect our pooches out here? Now, some people have taken the links of attaching air tags to the dog's collars, right? So, should the dog be forcibly removed for your custody, you will be able to track and know where your dog is. Another option is to get your dog microchipped, which is always a good idea, because if for whatever reason, as in the case in one of those packages, the stolen dog, uh, the West Highland Terrier, that little white dog, was 14 years old. I'm sure once the robbers discovered that this dog was way past reproducing age, that's why they kicked the dog to the curb. But if you can have your dog microchipped, when the dog is found, they will either take it to the pound or take it to a vet. They can scan the dog's microchip and have your information and return your dog to you. In some of these stories, not the ones that I included, but this year in 2023, that has been the way in which some people have had their animals returned. And just being vigilant, everybody. Like, I can't tell you not to fight, right? Like, because I'm gonna fight. Okay. Like, I'm little, I have my physical drawbacks, but over Bagheera or Smokey or an animal that I love and value, I'm not giving that dog up without a fight. You're gonna have to beat me up for this dog, period, point blank. And I'm not saying you do that should you encounter a situation like that, but um be prepared. Be prepared. Just be prepared and try to keep your poochie in good safety, in good company. But keep an eye out for these stories, everybody, and I'd be curious. Leave it in the comments. Actually, what do you think this is an indication of? The larger societal ill of people getting robbed for their animals in particular. Hold on, we got a super chat here. The good bruv, infinite content. Ooh, what's going on here? Why is this being uncooperative? I see why it's being uncooperative. Hold on, I'm coming. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Why is it still being uncooperative? Jesus! Okay, here we go. Thank you, Infinite. Infinite says, I'm telling you, when they find these dogs, you said these people are going under the jail. America cares more about dogs, I know, than people. Infinite, it's me. I'm America. I feel I have, you guys know this. I'm very clear about, who I have empathy for and where I have an empathy gap. And to be quite honest out here, just what Bagheera's a wonderful person. You guys should meet her. Like, I do. And it's me. I'm America. I care more about dogs and people. I do. You know why, Infinite? Well, these aren't good reasons, by the way. Nawadi, these aren't good reasons why I care more about dogs and people. I mean, the dog is a dependent, right? I mean, I guess people can be dependent, whatever. But the dog is reliant upon a person to not be cruel to it, to provide shelter and sustenance, and if need be, healthcare, right? In America, dogs in America have better health care than the people. I can attest to that firsthand. Okay. That is all the facts. So, Infinite, I can't say these people are going under the jail once they catch up with the dogs, because you know why? Another all, offshoot or outcome of this is that a lot of these dog owners are not pressing charges. They just want the return of their animal. Some of these dog owners are putting up rewards in the thousands of dollars, and it's like no questions asked. Just please bring Duke back. You know what I'm saying? Bring back Rocky Apollo. I'm not gonna press no charges. Just bring me back my animal, and we won't ask no questions. We do not need to involve the police. So I don't think that people are going to be under the jail there, Infinite, for stealing these dogs. People just want their animals back, and I can't blame them. I can't blame them. Hey, there goes Alicia, my niece. What's up, baby? Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, Giving Goddess. Thank you so much for being here. Peace to John Kemper in the building. Good to see y'all ins and non-ins in here. All right, gang. Hey, Nat A. Tell the people what you would do for Kane. Tell the people. Tell the people. Tell the people how somebody's getting knocked the fuck out over Kane. You feel me? Is Anna in here? I can't remember the name of Anna's dog. Anna's gonna stomp a mud hole in your ass over her dog, okay? Don't fuck around. And especially if y'all got pretty dogs. Even if y'all don't got pretty dogs, some of these dogs wasn't all that gorgeous. Chichi Macha, these people are not discerning out here. They're just taking anybody's fucking dog. It is a goddamn shame. It's a damn shame. So, hey, strap up and put the air tag on your animal. Okay. So there's that. All right, guys, that is my program. I don't think I have any other announcements. Just a reminder, the Around the Fire Disability Support Chat happening this Saturday, 5 p.m. And Mama Lorraine and Learn Life Abby will give us the info. I will post it also on the community section of the channel, probably Saturday morning. Be sure to join us again for another installment of the Remix Morning Show on Black Power Media. Always a good time had. Was very lovely to be joined with Lucretia Williams, not down with the Pilgrims. Lucretia and Kamal and Ear Doctor. What did Ear Doctor mispronounce today, y'all? Is the question really what didn't the Ear Doctor I'm sorry, y'all. We are the crew is silly. I love the fact that we have all these amazing, outstanding, community-minded, liberation-minded fucking goofballs. These niggas is goofy as shit. Let we're not lecturing right now. We not organizing right now. We just being ourselves right now. And these niggas are silly. These niggas are silly. So anyway, y'all come on through. We see y'all tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern on the Remix Morning Show. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Shout out to Will and Molly. And I'll see y'all back here, God willing, inshallah, on Friday. Love you guys to pieces. See y'all later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye, Zanzibar.